Make me $5,000. That's the question I'd like to address today. $5,000 is the dollar amount I'll use just to illustrate some concepts. Let's talk about how we could do that and the questions we would need to answer on our way to making $5,000. The first question one might ask is, how much money do we have in seed capital, or how much money do we have to try to make the $5,000 with? If you said that you were going to give me $1 and you wanted me to turn that into $5,001, then that would have to take a lot of risk. I'd maybe go to Vegas, try to get lucky to try to take $1 and turn it into a $5,000 profit. If you gave me $1 million and told me to make $5,000, well, that's pretty easy. We could probably just walk into a bank and not take any risk and do that. What if it was the equivalent amount? What if we were using $5,000 to try to make $5,000 more? Well, that'd be trying to double our money. Even that would be ambitious. The relationship between how much money you start with and how much money you're going to make quantifies the amount of risk that you need to take, or at least consider taking. The second question I would have if you asked me to make you $5,000 is, how long do I have? Do I have 20 years to try to make you $5,000? Or do you need it tomorrow? Depending on how much time I have, that also quantifies the risk I would need to take in order to make the money. The third question I would ask is, are we using our labor to make this money, or our intelligence, or both? If I have to make $5,000 for you by digging ditches, that's going to take a while. Number one, I'm not that physically active. I would probably only be able to dig for an hour or two a day. And number two, I'm not very motivated to do that. So I would say if you want me to make you $5,000 digging ditches, that's going to take a while. If you said, no, James, I want you to use your intellect to do that, the reason you went to college, the reason you got schooled, I want you to just make up a really good idea and make $5,000 off of that. Well, that also seems difficult. There's a lot of people competing in this world with really good ideas. So, is my idea better than the next guy? Is, who's on the offense and who's on defense? That also quantifies the risk, whether or not we're going to use our labor, or whether or not we're going to use our intelligence, whether or not we're going to use other people's labor or other people's intelligence. All of those factors go into whether or not it's easy to make $5,000 or difficult. How would we know we did well? Let's say that we took $100,000, and over the course of 6 months we made $5,000, and the next day during the afternoon we're walking the dog down the street in our neighborhood, and we meet Joe, and he tells us that he made $5,000 in a week. Does that mean we didn't do well, or Joe is better than us, or maybe we did really well and Joe got really lucky? How would we know whether or not we did well? If we had a goal to have $5,000 in time for Christmas and we got it done on November 30th, then maybe we did it perfectly. Irregardless of whether or not Joe made his money last week, if we got our money at the right time, we'd probably consider that to be a win. How would we know if we did it once, whether or not we should do it again? So let's say that we take some seed capital, we come up with a good idea, we make our $5,000 and we look at each other and say, that was easy. Let's do the same thing again. Or should we believe we were lucky and try something else? When one is trying to make money, whatever the amount, whether $1 or $5,000 or $100,000, whether you're trying to do that through your labor or your intellect, whether you're trying to do that for yourself or have somebody else do it for you, it really pays off to think through a very solid and concrete plan and be able to communicate both to yourself and to others the risk that you're willing to take and your expectations. Thank you for your time.